Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chocolate Beauty 81. Please make sure that you guys are subscribing to my channel. Let's get into it. We're going to be speaking about Real Housewives of Potomac. Before we move on, I want to make sure that I can at least, my audio is working because sometimes it's a flop when it comes to this audio. Oh, it does work. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so this is episode 13 of season 6. I did not do a review last week on episode 12 because I had ran out of time. Things happen. I'm just busy. So to go over a little bit of episode 12, I will say that episode 12 was really good. I did enjoy it, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't get a chance to review it. The shade event that who was it? What's her name again? Child. Ain't that sad? Like I'm too young to be having some memory loss. It was Robin's and Giselle's event, revealing that they hold on, y'all. It's saying that something was disconnected. Hold on, let me reconnect this. I don't even know why. It's always something, right? I can't just wait till I can just go live on the stream, which I'm almost there. Help me get to 1K. But anyway, last week's episode with them coming, Giselle and Robin letting the women know that they got a podcast through iHeartRadio, which is congratulations to them. But that event went extremely left with Mia and Candace because of what Mia was saying about her photo shoot and her, her video shoot being low budget. So that carries on into this episode. It's like the never-ending story of Candace and Mia's beef. Now, Wendy and her husband decided to throw an event. It was in Maryland's Eastern Shore. They went and got a house. The house is beautiful. The lake looks absolutely so pristine. I like staying in places like that because I like being near the water. I wouldn't like living near the water, though, because of all the flooding or whatever. So anyway, they go in and they have a conversation. The good thing about Wendy's event is that all the women are allowed to bring their significant others, their spouses. And the only people that did not show up for this episode was the Green Eye Bandits, a.k.a. Giselle and Robin. They did not come to this event, but the first couple to show up was Mia and her husband. Now, well, besides Wendy and her husband. But my thing that bothered me about Mia and her husband, it was like they were wanted to be chauffeured. And very bougie. Now, there's nothing wrong with being bougie, but it made it come across like Wendy and her husband was beneath them. That's how the way that it made me feel and the way that it came across. I don't know, but I'm about sick and tired of Mia and also Candace, aka low budget video shoot. I'm tired of her. Hey, Brandy. Moderator on where. So anyway, the women come and everything seems cool. Mia and the other women were getting along, and then Candace and her husband shows up, and everything just went left. Like, I'm not going to spend that much time talking about it anyway because it was primarily focused about them. Mia is annoyed that every single time Candace says something about her, she takes a jab at her mom, which is understandable. But Mia, girl, you spent all of last week digging into somebody else's business and then trying to defend your actions by saying you had the right to ask questions. When somebody asks you to come to a video shoot, they're not asking your opinions about how the video shoot goes. They're asking you to be a participant. It is none of your business how much money is being spent, who is going to show up and what's going on. You need to worry about what you are doing. Well, the moment that you went to Candace's mother and try to ask her about advice or ask her, uh, well, yeah, maybe you have to come onto my live regularly. I'm going to put out a schedule to let you know when I go live on here, Brandy. So if you come to my lives when I start broadcasting more often on here, you can become an admin. Admins are usually people who are faithful to their actual channel. So yeah, just continue to come out, and it's a possibility that you can become an admin. But anyway, I understand why both sides are upset, because at the end of the day, it was none of Mia's business of how much, what was going on with the film, and especially digging into the relationship with her husband and talking about, do she pay her husband? Does she do this? Does she do that? I need you to stay in your lane, worry about your own marriage, and worry about your own businesses that you run. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on which part of the world that you are in. Thank you for joining my live. Make sure that you guys push that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. So, when Mia and Candace was going back and forth, taking little jabs at each other, it was like they're still arguing about the same stuff. Okay, granted, Mia, you do have the right to feel upset that this woman who don't know you from a can of paint goes to your mother. And I mean, like, at the end of the day, too, you need to start blaming your mom for even having a conversation with a stranger about your marriage, about what's going on in your finances, and all these other things. Nobody should ever be comfortable to come around a family member and just ask them and they'll be able to tell it, especially when it comes to your daughter. I don't care if you don't like your son-in-law or not. There should be a protection that you should put over your daughter. Period. So, so I'm kind of mad at Candace's mom, but Candace's mom only gave Mia ammunition to do what she did. So, of course, Candace not understanding or knowing Mia's story, knowing that Mia's mom is an ex-convict, she's a recovering drug addict, and she never been in Mia's life. She takes a low blow at her, and every single time they say something about low budget, Mia, the first thing Candace says is, well, your mother's low budget. Well, if you don't want nobody to attack your mom, Mia, stop trying to demean somebody and try to make yourself look better. First of all, you called the girls broke. You was on the phone with your friend was talking about, let me talk to my rich, intelligent, level-headed friend. Unlike these women, I'm not going to say the B word because that's what she said. Unlike these, not like these B words. And then you're going to say that that's not your intent. Then why did you say that? So you included all of the women in the conversation, calling them all broke. So you continue to talk about money, which I agree with Candace. You continue to talk about the way, that you're up here and they're down there. You can't come in with that attitude. Even if you are one of those bougie girls, it doesn't give you the right to try to tear somebody down or demean them. Just be bougie and be cool. I know a few bougie girls who are down to earth. I'm one of them. So I need you to relax and stop trying to make it seem like money is everything, because Mia, you had a messed up life. You weren't raised by either one of your parents, and you got some mommy issues. Your mom is somebody who you want her attention. You want her attention, and you gravitate towards her. So don't act like everything over in your area is pristine. But ladies, ladies and gentlemen, I know that there's more than ladies that actually watch my content, but y'all, let's talk the life. All right, so I'm just going to have to not use this anymore. I'm going to have to get my other microphone. I have to order it today. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Good. So for somebody who has a presentation of how the way their life is and who their husband is and who you're supposed to be at a certain pedigree, and your husband is acting like a whole drunken fool, talking about how well hung he was and talking about he likes white women. So that shows you right there that there's some insecurities in your marriage. That's why you have to be so careful when you sign up for these shows. You just can't act like one way and not expect the real issues in your relationship to spill out. It's going to eventually come out. And it was just a hot mess. A hot mess. Ashley shows up almost at the end of, Ashley and Karen shows up at the end of the episode. And of course, Candace and Mia are getting into it. And then Candace says, Mia says something to Candace, and Candace once again says, your mother is low budget. Everything is your mother, your mother, your mother. Now, nobody is stupid. Everybody knows that more than likely production told Candace about Mia's situation, and she's using that as a trigger and as a punchline. But I did not like the fact that when Candace had said that, Karen and Ashley decided to jump into the argument and start going back and forth with Candace. So now it's 3-on-1. At the end of the day, when it comes to these women, they don't care about how each other feel. There is no rules in the words of war. They are there. They said a lot of things to each other. Mia crossed the line when she went to her mother. She went to Candace's mother to talk about her finances, to talk about like what she's doing with her husband. Is he paying the bills? That is none of your business. So you can't get mad when somebody uses something that triggers you and may hurt your feelings at that time. Mia absolutely started the beef with Candace. And the reason why she was the one that started the beef with Candace, and I just can't sit up here and say, oh, I feel bad for Mia because of the relationship or the situation that she went through with her mom, is because she inserted herself in something that had nothing to do with her. Who cares about who is paying for the video shoot? Who's coming? How much she's paying her husband? Does he pay the mortgage and all of this other stuff? Is none of her concern. And the fact that she approached Candace's mom without even knowing her, the first time she meets Candace's mother, she has questions about how much money is Candace spending on her husband. So I don't feel bad at what's being thrown at her. You may call me a Mia hater. I don't care what you may call it. But the truth of the matter is she inserted herself in a situation that had nothing to do with her. Then got mad with the way that that person responded to her. You pulled out the gun and Candace provided the bullets. You pulled out gasoline. Candace provided the matches. You cannot get mad. You cannot get mad at that. Right. All is fair at this point. And unfortunately, yes, everybody can probably recognize or empathize with Mia's situation, but Mia is such a nasty individual and so nosy, and she's so condescending, and she's better than everybody, but she got mommy issues. You can't be so condescending to other people and put your nose up to people and thinking that you're better than people when you got regular people problems. Make it make sense. Anyway, you guys, I wanted to come and give y'all a review. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I have to. I've been watching Chasing Dallas, and I have not reviewed the show yet. I will be reviewing it actually today. I have to get it done, but I have to work on something else in about 15 minutes. So hopefully you'll see me by a little later today to go over Chasing Dallas. All right. I'm so sorry for the audio. It is what it is right now until I can get new equipment, which I'm really annoyed by right now, but I'll get the new equipment and things will be better with this audio. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's crazy how snooty she is, especially with that upbringing she had. Child, I don't know. I guess, you know what, too? And let me say this. Maybe she was in a situation where she was so poor that she really couldn't really get anything in life. And as an adult, she refuses to do everything she can in order to stay rich and never be poor again. She may look down on poor people. It is what it is. And you see a lot of people who went through that, who now are wealthy. You will never know that they ever had a hard knock life. They had a rough upbringing. They will never let a soul know. All right, you guys, thank you for watching my latest recap on the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 6. What episode is this? Episode 13. All right, talk to you soon. Ciao.